So helicopters have been a thing on the police team in Erlc for a while now, and overall they are great, but there are a few problems with them that I'm going to talk about in this video. So if you do enjoy it, please do like and subscribe, as it does help out a lot. Make sure you do everything else from the description, including joining my Discord server. But let's get straight into this. Okay, so it was a few months ago now, I think, that helicopters were actually added to Erlc, and it was really unexpected. So when they were announced, everyone was so shocked. No one expected them to come. No one thought they would come, because literally the developers and the owner of Erlc, Mr. Fergie, had said multiple times publicly that they were never going to be added. Now, technically, they do still stand by that, because they haven't been added for people to like fly. They are only AIs, but they were still added, which is really cool. And they are good to catch criminals. Like if you're on the police team and you need to know where someone is, they are really good. But from the criminal perspective, that is a huge disadvantage, because as I'm going to talk about in just a moment, they are really difficult to escape from. But as I said, overall they are great vehicles. Now let's talk about how hard they are to escape, because that is one of the problems. So with the helicopters, you cannot escape them. You cannot escape them at any point until you actually shoot it down, which in itself is very difficult. So if you're going to shoot it down, you're gonna need a really good gun, and you're gonna need to shoot at it a lot. Now the problem is, normally that wouldn't be fine, but if the helicopter is onto you, your location is permanently displayed on the map, and literally every single cop can see where you are, and every single civilian as well, I think, because they can see where the helicopter is. So literally everyone in the map knows where you are. So especially if the police see that, they are going to go there. So you won't really have time to get out your car, then shoot it, then get loads of shots on it whilst it's flying around all over you trying to hit it. And it does take quite a lot of shots as well, so it's really difficult to shoot it down. It's not an easy thing to do. But that's a big problem, because you can't escape any other way. As I've already said, you can't go inside a house because it hovers above the house. You can't go through the tunnel. You can't hide in the bunker. You can't hide in trees, in the caves. I'm not sure about the caves, actually. Maybe you might be able to. I don't think you can, though. I think it will just show above, and it also shows your location as well. So if you're on the police team, then you'll be able to see the person's location. It will show up as a little dot. I think it's like a flashing dot. I'm not exactly sure. You will be able to see them at all times. So it's kind of impossible to escape unless you have really good aim and there's like no police, or no police that care about the helicopter. But normally they do. Okay, but the real problem is how often you can actually use them. So helicopters normally are really rare in real life. Now in Erlc, you can only call it, I think it's once every 4 hours, unless you pay a lot of Robux to call it again for a second time. Now once every 4 hours is basically once a day, because no one really plays for more than 4 hours, and if you do, then you're absolutely crazy, and you shouldn't do that, because you will get bored of the game really quickly. So definitely try and give yourself some time between each time you play, and try not to play for more than 4 hours a day, because you will get bored of it very quickly. I've been there, but I'm not as bored of it anymore, so that's great, but that's a different story. If you can only use it 4 hours a day, then that's basically once a day that you can use it. Now normally that is good, but each day Erlc gets around 80,000 players. That's just an estimation, but they have about 10-ish thousand people playing at all times, so they kind of get like 80 to 100,000 different people kind of playing each day. Not different people buying it, or not, you're not buying it because it's free anymore, but joining the game for the first time, but like just frequent players that are joining back to go in their private server, do a server startup, or just get some XP and get some money and all that stuff. Normally that would be fine, but if 100,000 people get to use the helicopter every day, then that is way too frequently. Now they can't increase how long you have to wait to call it for, because any more than 4 hours people would complain about it, but any less than 4 hours people would say it's too common. So I understand from Erlc's perspective that could be quite a challenging thing to face. Overall, I think that's not too bad. I mean, if you play for more than 4 hours a day anyway, then that is not good, but otherwise you won't really notice that, because to be honest, not everyone uses the helicopter. I bet if I joined onto the police team now, I can't because I'm wanted, but I bet I would be able to call the helicopter onto a wanted person if there was someone in this server, because I think the cooldown between it is only 10 minutes. So technically you can call the helicopter into the map every 10 minutes, which is just way too frequent for how it actually should be. So yeah, that is going to be all for this video. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. And another problem actually is how high they are in the map. So they are very high up in the map, like you can't really see it, to be honest. So I mean, it's kind of a waste of a really good model if you can't see it, because it's so high. Obviously it has to be high, but maybe a little bit lower I think would be cool, but that's not really a problem, that's just an opinion. But yeah, that is going to be all for this video. So if you did enjoy it, please do like and subscribe, as it does help out a lot. Make sure you join my Discord server, links below, over at discord.gg/amaze. You can also go and follow me on Twitter, follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok. TikTok, everything else linked in the description. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.